What's up, everyone? Episode of the Heel Hookers podcast, episode 202. We are back with an absolutely incredibly awesome episode. Stacked out UFC Apex. Let's go! We know everybody is so excited for this one coming up. Main event, Roman Dolidze versus Anthony Hernandez.
Okay, I will say I am excited about the fight.
Yes.
Not that the fight itself is huge, but I really like to watch Fluffy fight.
Yes.
He is on such a good streak right now at 7 wins in a row. And middleweight is a bit, just jammed up. And he is just willing to keep active and fight who they put in front of him. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And so I feel like he is just trying to rack up these wins while they settle whatever they got going on at the top. And he is soon going to be undeniable if he keeps winning these fights. You know what I mean?
That is 100%. For sure.
So that's the one thing I will say that I am just excited about this. And then even for him, it's like he is now just racking up these or trying to rack up some 5-round fights and experience because this will be his second one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm just all those things. While it's not a huge fight, it's not the most meaningful. I am excited for it, and I'm just happy to see Fluffy back in here against a solid guy too.
Yes.
Slowly moving up the rankings and just improving in his competition.
Yes, Fluffy is cooking, doing his thing, taking on Roman Dolidze, who is the A side in this fight, which is kind of funny. 3-fight win streak for Roman against varying level of weight and competition skill level. It's with the state of MMA right now in 2025, and you look at his 3-fight winning streak. It's really not too fantastic, you know what I mean?
No, it's
nothing screams title contender at all.
I don't know. You got 2 former title challengers right on it, that 3-fight winning streak.
2024 Anthony Smith doesn't count, and neither does 2025 Marvin Vettori.
2 former title challengers.
Yeah, but we're talking
Anthony Smith fight was on 3 weeks notice or something like that too. That was
because he was supposed to actually fight Fluffy June 1st of last year, and then that ended up getting canceled. So Anthony Smith then it got pushed back by a couple weeks. But either way, I say it doesn't count because they're at these points just really past that title challenger level.
Oh yeah,
super former title challengers.
Yes, Smith is now retired. Vettori is just progressively looking worse, honestly, at this point. And Kevin Holland should never fight at 185 pounds against anyone near a ranking.
And then also with that, it was a rib injury. It's not like it was because of Roman or because he, did something. It just freak rib injury.
Yeah, exactly. So Roman, he's been doing his thing in a while, but he has never put it together enough to be that guy towards the top of the division. And it's one of those things where it is kind of crazy where Fluffy is at just in the division ranking wise and just even just respect and everything, you know what I mean? But like you said, he's fighting anyone they put in front of him. He's now starting to stack up these main event spots, which is only going to get more eyes on him, even if they're in Apex where nobody's going to be watching or it's not going to get much coverage. And at some point, all of these guys at the top are going to fight each other, and then it's going to be who's next. 10-fight winning streak Fluffy. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
At a point, he will be undeniable.
And that's what I'm saying. He keeps winning these fights. He's just racking them up. Because it's now, if he does beat this one, then his last 4 wins will be Roman Kopylov, Michel Pereira, Brendan Allen, and then Roman Dolidze. All back-end guys, but it's you can literally only move up from there.
Yep.
And with that is 4 guys that's ranked. That's more wins than some of the guys in the top have, even if it is the back-end, just general rankings at this point.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's good for him to keep active like this when you're in a jammed fucking division.
No, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
that wasn't saying anything.
Because with Fluffy, man, it's this dude. I do overall wonder of what the high level of what the high point is gonna be from him, where he is actually gonna make it and kind of get stopped out at. because I do kind of have the feeling that he, like, I don't think he's gonna grab a title, and it's like I feel like it's probably gonna be like somewhere around the top 5. But the people that are not there, and clearly not there, and someone like Roman Dolidze, in my opinion, the pressure that Fluffy puts on these motherfuckers is just ridiculous. And against Michel Pereira, what he was able to do and keep up over 5 rounds until just absolutely breaking him.
Right.
Like,
because that's what I was gonna say is that, like, on the numbers, he lands 4.5 per minute, has a 63% accuracy, and only absorbs 2.6 per minute. So like, he is just defensively sound. He doesn't get hit very often, and he puts on, like you said, just a pressure that most people cannot hang with.
Yep.
I feel like his biggest issue is gonna be what hurt him in the Kevin Holland fight so many years ago. Is it's just gonna be the body, because you could tell that he's still soft there, but like he does better at keeping it covered, staying out of the way, and mixing it up when he needs to, because his grappling is also just very good. His submission threats are incredible. You know what I mean? That it's just gonna take the right person, like a fucking RDR slamming some knees into that belly. But I agree that he's gonna probably hit top 5. He should. He's a very good fighter.
Yeah, I was thinking like 9 to 6. That's the range where I think he gets stopped out at. It's like, this is where he belongs. It's 6 to 9, like that right there. I think a lot of the guys in the top 5 are going to end up being able to kind of deal with that weakness. You know what I mean? Like with the body shots and all that, it's a lot easier for a lot of those guys to be able to find that shot. But also, like, speaking to the grappling and the pressure, you got Fluffy out here, averaging 6.27 takedowns per 15 minutes on top of the 4.5 strikes landed per minute. So that is a lot to deal with, especially at middleweight.
Yeah, that is an insane rate of grappling to just be that consistent with what you're scoring. You know what I mean?
Right, and also with a basically 2 submission average per 15.
Yep.
The striking, he's been putting it together, getting way better, and because that's where it's. I don't even think that it should, like, because he's obviously very body, he's weak, but that's where it's like I don't even necessarily think that it's gonna necessarily it's gonna be someone with like a body shot where it's like, oh, that's where it just he loses or something. I do just feel like people in the top are just gonna be overall better, especially just in the striking and dealing with just like that kind of that like face forward pressure, because it's like he's obviously just going, he's nonstop, but it's like it's not like he has the cleanest grappling, the cleanest takedown. So it's like you're able to defend it, get him like back into the striking. You can easily land some shots on him to put him like what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, because with you saying, Ginger, of like, oh, gonna like 6 to 9 spot over the next like 2 years, you know what I mean? It's like Whitaker's probably gonna like be out. Like,
that's what I was gonna bring up.
He's gonna be out pretty soon. Like there are gonna be some of these people like at the top that are like gonna start getting pushed back overall. That it's gonna. I feel like it's just gonna be the Hamza, DDP, RDR, Nasruddin, Kaio. Like I feel like those are kind of just guys where it's gonna end up that is just gonna be above him.
Well, with Whitaker's already at number 7, so he's already pushed out the top 5. Izzy, no, that's for sure. It just is one of those things, though, where we've already seen Reiner, with the knees, and he's able to put on pressure himself. We haven't seen him have to defend takedowns yet, but that grappling would be very interesting to watch. Hamzat, Fluffy's going to have to defend the takedown. In that fight. Sean Strickland is very hard to take down. Nasruddin very hard to take down. Then also Caio Borralho, like, more than likely hard to take down because not a lot of people have really tried it from memory. So
yeah, no, like there's definitely some fights for sure, and that's where it's like because having them at number 10, you know what I mean? Just feel like as of right now should even be higher, but it's like aside from the people of just being like, oh, think that he's gonna win, it's like Roman, obviously he's fighting now, feel like he's gonna be able to get the win, would favor him against Jared. At this point I'd honestly favor him against Whitaker. I feel like just the overall pressure, I feel like he'd be able to do enough to get it done. And it's like Izzy and Sean, like I feel like he probably gets it done over both of them as well. It's feel like it's just the kind of newer generation of fighters, you know what I mean? just like at that higher level proven that are going to be the ones to beat him?
I was gonna say, like, with like him, I definitely would be interested in seeing him in like, the Izzy fight, the Sean fight, the Nasruddin fight, especially if he does keep racking up these wins, getting different styles, and just like looking good throughout it and improving. Because he's only 31 years old. Like, I would like to see him in the mix, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna count him out, But I'm like, I don't know if he like I said, necessarily grabs the belt, because like that's where like things get really rough at the very top.
Yeah.
But I do think that he could be a top 5 guy.
Because like, do you think if he goes out there and gets it done over Dolidze, that like Whitaker like someone that he could end up matched up next?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they're gonna do Whitaker, Brendan Allen. That's. I just feel like that's something that they're gonna be looking to do. Like that's where my head goes for Whitaker. I think if anything, they might see if Izzy's interested.
Izzy's been talking about fighting Sean for a while, and like I don't know. I feel like everything with it's just towards the end, you know what I mean? Just coming back or not, and then it just wants to fight Strickland. So I don't think he's interested at all with fighting a pressure grappler. You know what I mean? That's
right.
I feel like he wants to fight a striker and someone that and Sean that he can get a win back over. You know what I mean?
I mean, shit. Do you think he fights the loser of Nasruddin Kaio?
That's also very possible for sure. Like, so like
I feel like that'd be a perfect spot for him, because if it's let's say it's Nasruddin, right? Nasruddin probably drops to what, 4, and then you already bump Kaio up to round 3. So, yeah,
that's definitely. But because it's the winner. Will be in that like area around Whitaker, or the loser of that fight would be in the area more than likely around Whitaker. So just general kind of place that he'll get off of a win. But with the fight itself though, I do feel like obviously Dolidze, he's got some very he's a decent striker, you know what I mean? Got like some power, but like I feel like he's just gonna be a step behind Fluffy the entire fight.
Yeah. Do you think Fluffy can get the finish?
I'm not sure, honestly.
He's getting a triangle, or he's getting a dark Anaconda Ninja, some variation of that type of forward, like front choke, Yeah,
I was gonna say I know that finished before, but
he's getting sub.
It's not like his losses are to guys that are big finishers either way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That feels kind of unlikely to me, honestly.
Yeah, but it'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome. I just don't think he will.
Yeah, with just saying of like all the, just where the division's at. You know what I mean? Just kind of thing. It's shit like this where getting that finish helps push you forward. RDR and Whitaker, going into it, talking, they need that big win. You know what I mean? And like to try and get the finish to leapfrog, for the title and stuff. It's Nasruddin and Kaio both understand that if they can get a finish, that puts them in a better position. You know what I mean? That's when you got a whole lot of contenders doing stuff. You really just need that person that's going to shine with the performance.
No, yeah, for sure. All I'm saying is that I'm just not going to be surprised if at some point Roman gets a little tired and sloppy and is like, I'm going to shoot, and his neck is out, and Fluffy grabs it up. That's all.
If it happened in the first 3 rounds, I'd be surprised. But
but this is a 5-round fight.
Yes.
And
but it's like I do see like later on in the fight, you know what I mean? It definitely has the potential, because I don't think Roman's ever gone 5, right?
He went 5 with Marvin in his last fight.
I was about to say Marvin.
True. But I don't know.
He also went 5 with Nasruddin.
Damn, that's crazy. Roman out here with 2 main events. What the fuck?
Yep.
Yeah.
I was about to say, about to be in his 3rd.
Either way, let's go, Fluff Dog. Hopefully he can make it 8 in a row and just become a real player in the division. Keep that into the fun. We don't need someone that's lost a whole bunch of guys already at the top, or even ranked lower than him, you know?
Yeah.
Co-main event, though. My boy, he is back.
Yes.
My draft pick, Steve Erceg, he is back. I'm so happy that he's finally in a fight that should be extremely winnable for him. Taking on Osbourne, a solid 5-6 record in the UFC.
Below 500. Yep.
Yep. I love
the
to see
step
it.
back he needed.
Yep. The one thing that is interesting about this, so Erceg 1 inch taller, but a pretty sizable reach disadvantage at 4.5 inches.
Yeah.
It obviously, you know, I don't think that's something where with like Ode as a fighter that's gonna make like the biggest difference, you know.
No, yeah.
But do you think just something like that, in because Ode is a very fast, explosive guy, like with saying, okay, this should just be like Erceg gets a win. Do you think it's gonna be a little bit tougher in moments than we might expect?
Yes, because I think it's one of those things where it's like Ode has one of those records where it's 5-6, it's not great. But he is also a pretty be killed fighter.
Yeah.
So he kind of goes out there to put it all on the line. So it's like he's like a lot of the times you're either getting him out of there or he's taking you out.
Yeah.
So with that, there could be moments, especially early with this being short notice for Ode, that like it could end up being like a bit rougher than maybe it should. But with like Erceg being on like the losing streak that he's on, and then Ode, if he comes out real crazy at first, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe it's a rough first round.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be, but like Steve Erceg has also got some pretty good counters on him, and he's got good power on him.
Yeah.
Like he lands that left hook, I feel like it's gonna be able to sit Ode down, and then he just needs either ground and pound or find a sub. That's kind of where Erceg also has good advantage, is on the ground in this fight.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah, I'm just basically not going to be surprised either way, you know?
Mm-hmm. No, that's fair.
I was going to say, it's like, because, you know, obviously, like you said, very kill or be killed, but with his 6 finished losses, 4 of them by sub, 2 of them by knockout. So he was like, you guys think that it is going to be more likely that even if it's like, finds, you know, like you said, a big shot, you know what I mean, sit him down or something, that like if he does grab a finish, that it will more than likely be by sub.
Probably.
I've got a 50-50 on it.
The 2 people that drop him were the 2 people to knock him out, and Tyson Naman.
Yeah. Because obviously Erceg does have really good counters, or like you said, but just overall finishes 6 subs, 2 KO TKOs is definitely very good submission. So I feel like if he does drop him, and if it's not like a walk off knockout kind of a thing, or I wouldn't be surprised if he just hops on and wraps up real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But either way, definitely looking for a Steve Erceg win here. Break this 3-fight losing streak.
Yeah, man. He
so badly.
And then it's just it's finally nice of like Pantoja, Kai Kara France, Brandon Moreno, and now Ode Osbourne.
Right. It's supposed to be Perez and then Hyun Sung Park, who filled in for the main event last week, and landed here, but that's okay.
I'll say it went from. I feel like that Hyun Sung Park fight would have been rough for him, to be fair.
It could have been.
Yeah, like definitely. I feel with every canceled fight and everything, it's like, I don't know, because with Alex Perez, like it just kind of depends. But I feel like it's progressively gotten better for him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's just like it's funny because like Alex Perez, and it's like even compared to the guys that he's fighting, it's like probably the easiest guy to beat in the top 15 right now for the flyweight. You know, gets canceled. Then Hyun Sung Park, unranked guy, but an undefeated unranked guy, you know what I mean?
Very hard
gets canceled. And so now another unranked guy, but a very defeated unranked guy in 6 losses in the UFC, you know? Like it's it's come together very nice. Just one of those things where it's like you just bring it up all the time. Just got to be confident in his skills and everything. And like you said, if it does get like a little rough early on or something, it's just got to know that he's tough, he could stick through it, and he's got this in the bag.
Yep.
Let's go, Astro Boy. Featured bout to this card, 115-pound matchup on the women's side.
Mm-hmm.
A motherfucking girl is back. Angie Hill. I hate this matchup. It's terrible. That's horrible. Iasmin Lucindo on my draft. Angie Hill,
That's right.
my girl. I can't root against Angie. I can't afford another loss in the draft. What's going to happen? You guys have to decide what's going on because I have my feelings are too torn, you know? I said after Iasmin's last fight that she's going to fucking get matched up against Angie Hill. And, you know, I don't know.
I feel like Angie should be able to win this. She has a 75% takedown defense. She lands 5.47 strikes per minute. Now she absorbs 4.92, but Lucindo tends to only throw 2.94 per minute with a striking accuracy of 44%. Angie needs to go 50-50, damn it.
The thing is that Iasmin needs to be smart here. Because Iasmin is the less active fighter, but she does have decent grappling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She just needs to go out there and take Angie down and be
Get
like
subbed.
just do enough to keep her down, and like if she can obviously finish her, then that's good. But like the only person she finished was Polyana Viana, which like if you don't get finished, like you're just terrible. So it's like
it's just funny if you don't get finished.
Yeah, if a fight with Polyana does not end in a finish, both of you suck. Anyway, as I was saying, so like I just don't think she probably won't get the sub off on her. But if she can rack up enough control time and actually like stay active while she has this control time, you know, just land good shots, actually maybe try to go for submissions, she should be able to win the fight. But now it's just a matter of like, is she gonna be like, no, I can stay on the feet, I can fight with Angie? Is she gonna miss one takedown and be like, well, I guess we're, you know what I mean? That's where it gets a little rough.
Yeah.
Also, I was saying for Angie to sub Lucindo when she takes her down.
Very unlikely.
Very
One
unlikely.
submission win on the record, I believe, for Angela Hill.
Yeah, she got it last year over Luana Pineda.
Yep. Yeah, that you're right. It's like that definitely is what Iasmin has to do. Try to go for the takedowns. That's easily going to be the best path to victory. It's like she can win on the feet. You know what I mean? It's not like you can't outwork Angie or just like land the more impactful shots. You know what I mean? To like get it done, just scorecards. But it's just one of those things where it's like, just bringing up the activity of Angie. If you're not landing clean and if you're not just obviously doing good, you can easily just get behind very fast in the fight, and then you're you're down 2 rounds looking for a finish.
And I just feel like we got to see that from her a lot when it got to like a bit higher levels in Marina Rodriguez and Amanda Lemos, where obviously with the Amanda Lemos, that was just a terrible fight in general from both sides. But like either way, just not doing much, you know, just way too willing to be like too patient and just so I could just see her having like some issues and Angie outstriking her, you know? Yeah,
no, because you really can't be extremely patient against Angie Hill because she will just pep you a shot. She will win just based off activity alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
100%. Definitely torn of who I wanted to win. I just want it to be a good fight, and I'll be happy for whoever gets it.
Yep.
Let's go. This next one, C-Rod about to lose another UFC fight because he's not fighting someone that debut or that's like 0-2 in the UFC or like just an up-and-coming prospect.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was what 5-3 in the UFC. 8 fights so far, and it's it has held true. If he does get a win over Andre Fili, this would be the first one where it's like, okay, now we're actually seeing a difference in the pattern. You know what I mean? But that's where this is a big moment for C-Rod, honestly.
For sure, because it's like you said, they keep giving him undefeated guys either making their debut or maybe they have 2 fights against other guys that have 1 fight in the UFC. Like C-Rod has all of these UFC fights that are not at UFC level for real. And then the 3 people that he has fought that have that experience are like 3. Well, I don't want to call Costa like a scrappy vet or like JSP, but like Julian Erosa, a scrappy vet. You know, like he has his up and downs, but he is a solid fighter and he is just there to put it out there. Costa hasn't been around for as long, but he's the same as Julian in that sense where he is just down to fight. And then JSP was his UFC debut back in 22, whatever, you know? But just like a solid fighter, had more experience than him. But it's Andre Fili kind of just fits into his last 2 losses of Erosa and Costa where like he's going out there and he's going to just, have a scrappy veteran fight. And I don't know, maybe C-Rod's taken enough losses at this point that he's learned some of it, you know, but I don't know. Could be rough. Could be very rough.
Yeah, I'm just not entirely sure because Andre Fili taking a lot of damage over his career.
Oh yeah.
So it could just be like it, and he is starting to kind of slow down a little bit at this point. Just physically, like, and to be fair, very back and forth in his last couple. Loses to Joe Anderson Brigido, beats Bellagio. Loses to Nathaniel Wood, beats Lucas Almeida. Loses to Dan Ige, beats Cub. Loses to Costa. Like,
beats C-Rod. All I'm hearing is the numbers adding up. Fili's back and forth, and C-Rod loses to people that aren't undefeated prospects.
To be fair, I didn't go to the I was just saying, I didn't go back to the Pineo fight because that was a no contest.
Bro, has Fili ever lost to in a row in the UFC?
I think it hasn't happened because he lost to Bryce Mitchell, no contest, Joe Anderson Brito.
Yeah.
Gotcha. But it's like, because I will say that, you know, with Fili being the veteran, you know, and like all this, the one thing that I will say is different, because like Julian is obviously like he's just scrappy as hell and will like slug it out, but he definitely is like more of a grappler. Like that's where his bread and butter is. And so it's just like JSP, good grappler, Costa, good grappler. Fili, much more of a striker. That's where it's like with, like you said, Ginger, him starting to slow down 100% is. I can definitely see C-Rod possibly being the better grappler at this point, being younger, just a bit more physical, or just being able to do a bit more on the feet. But, like, you know, that is just like the one difference with that. But I don't know, man. It's just kind of like,
I think it's going to be a good fight.
Back and forth. He lost his last one, and you know, C-Rod is just losing to all these bets. So it's like, bro, this is going to be, I'm very interested to see which one actually comes out on top.
To break his back and forth curse, he needs to go to a no contest.
It would be really funny if that happened, or a draw or something. Just C-Rod 10-8 round 1, Fili wins the back half.
Actually, that could happen. That's actually very live.
It lands a big shot and, you know, hurts him, but doesn't have the same power as Danny to just put him down, you know. So, but
and then it gets to the point where he's just on the back. He has like 2 sub attempts for rear naked chokes, but Andre gets out of it, and then all of a sudden it's like 10-8.
Yep.
But C-Rod now exhausted, but Andre Fili just can't put him away.
Yeah. Yeah, it is also just funny too. Both of them coming off of losses to Melchizedek Costa.
Yes.
But yeah, this is for Fili. It's one of those things where it's like obviously just aging fighter and stuff to just kind of stay around and just, you know, be able to have some life. It's kind of like a must win for him in that. But I really feel like C-Rod needs to get a win here to just to show the improvement in the game of like, okay, are you actually able to move through this division at all, you know?
Or are you permanently going to be a gatekeeper to the people who are coming into the UFC?
Yeah, and that's just a harder spot of gatekeeper to be, because it's like all it takes is you take like 1 or 2 bad losses, and now it's like, well, you're fighting this really good undefeated prospect coming in that you're meant to lose to. You know what I mean? So we'll see how that one goes, but should be a fun fight at least at 145 pounds.
Yep.
2 more fights on the main card. These ones not as notable as the others, but still not too bad. Miles John's taking on Jean Matsumoto. I feel like at this point I don't know how much more I can be on the the Miles John train of just wanting to see him do stuff and do good. It just, this motherfucker just pisses me off goddamn every single time I see him fight.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like this is kind of the perfect fight for Matsumoto because, Miles John is 6-3 in the UFC. He's solid, but yeah, I feel like most people that ever cared or have kind of fallen off on the Miles Johns train, and they're just putting him in fights, obviously, that aren't moving him forward by any means. But with Matsumoto, he short notice. He took the Rob Font fight short notice, right?
Yes.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Either way. Oh, yeah, because it was supposed to be Dominic Cruz.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, he was 2-0 in the UFC, and he has this short notice fight to opportunity to go against Rob Font, who's what, number 7, 8, 9, somewhere in that range.
Yeah.
9, okay. And had a solid fight with him for that being his third fight and for him being young,
Yeah.
He lost the split decision. Yeah, he's only 25 years old. Like, that was definitely not the fight that I had expected for him taking that short notice,
Yep.
He took a lot of damage, but he still did well enough to hold his own within it too,
Yeah.
With that being said, this is just like a perfect step back. It's not somebody in the rankings, but it's somebody that is very solid, get back on the win track, especially for your 4th fight in the UFC. And I just feel like this will put him back on the track of good progression,
No, yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of moments where Miles Johns is going to do things where it's going to be like, damn, he's going to win the fight. And then he's instantly just going to fucking just start probably swinging wild overhand rights and just doing
Get
dumb
taken
shit
down.
and then lose it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think Jean Matsumoto should have enough to be able to get it done over Miles Johns in this one.
Yeah, no, I think he's a better technical fighter overall.
Yeah, it just, So then this first, like, Miles isn't bad, you know what I mean? Yeah, 6-3, doesn't have bad losses at all, but just, think that Jean Matsumoto is at that level. Like I said, just look very solid. Font one. Let's go. See how that goes for these guys at 135 pounds. Last fight on the main card. Your boy Eryk Anders taking on CLD Christian Leroy Duncan.
Or behind his nickname.
I don't remember it.
Eryk Anders. The reason he has that nickname is because he wanted to hear Bruce Buffer yell out, "Your boy."
Yep. I honestly think this is going to be a dog shit fight. I generally love to see your boy fight. I want to see him win. But I don't think that these two match up well, and I think this is going to be very bad.
They don't match up well for an exciting fight.
Yeah, it's...
In terms of the statistics, like in terms of like their size and everything, match up decently well. There's a 4-inch reach advantage for CLD, but he usually has a reach advantage over most guys in the middleweight division.
Yeah. Because Eryk Anders is probably going to put on a decent amount of pressure on CLD, and he's going to just probably not have the most out at range, and then I feel like your boy's just going to be up against the cage for a while, and I don't really know if it's going to be enough to get a win, and there might not be too many strikes landed for him, throughout it, and it might just be more holding, so he could end up still losing. But I don't know. Something just
overall,
this.
you're just like, it's not going to be.
Yeah, I just just looking at this one to preview and stuff. It just really, like, right away, I was just like, oh, I do not have good feelings about this.
Yeah, that's fair.
Which I would love to be wrong. That'd be great. Maybe CLD gets a fucking highlight reel knockout because I feel like that's the best chance for it to be.
Yeah,
that's possible. I don't think it's gonna happen, but it is possible.
Let's go. That's the main card. Solid Apex event. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Prelims, though, what's getting you guys excited on the prelims, if anything at all?
Uros Medic versus Gilbert or Urbina. Just because it's a Medic fight.
Fun.
Bro, Medic is gonna fucking stomp him out. Probably, man.
He should, yeah.
I kind of feel bad for Gilbert Urbina. Like, he's 1-2 in the UFC. He got finished by Brian Battle. He got finished by Charles Radke. I don't know. Uros Medic probably knocks him out in the first round, honestly.
Probably. But considering he
go.
got knocked out by Sean Gore.
Yeah. So $50,000 bonus for Uros Medic in this one.
Probably.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hey, Elijah Smith might walk away with a nice first round knockout too.
Yeah. This could be a fun one. Him versus Kazama.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is definitely was the only other one where it's like,
Yep.
okay, like definitely kind of not too much to like say about it, but I'm eyeball for sure.
Right.
Yep.
Don't really care, but I'm gonna watch it.
Yep.
It should be exciting.
100%. Let's go. That's the Apex event. Not the most fun there, but hey, we got some fucking fight news to finally talk about.
Yeah, we fucked up.
It's
and we're
all right.
late.
It's all right.
But we're here.
We're here, and we got a whole lot of shit to talk about, so let's get into it. First, want to talk about the best fight out of all of them for us to talk about. Loma Luke taking on Let's go. Right.
I am excited to see Loma back, but this is such a rough fight.
Yeah,
Alexia only 1-0 in the UFC, but she is real active. She's real big. Well, not real big, but Loma's just small.
Yeah.
Comparatively, she's real big.
If they added in an atomweight division, she'd be small in atomweight. Like that's the reality of what we're talking about here. Like,
yeah. She is 5'1" with a 61.5-inch reach to 5'4", 67-inch reach. But Alexia is the one who came in against Molly McCann earlier this year and just choked her out immediately.
Yeah.
Like I said, very active, just looks good. Could be rough.
Yeah. Hopefully Loma wins. Let's go.
Yes, rooting for Loma.
Yes. First, September 27th. Let's go. October 18th, we got a fight. Danny Barlow took a loss in his last one, been up to 185 pounds now. Because he did miss weight in that one too, or his loss, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, taking on Jordan Santos in Vancouver. Not the biggest fight or anything, but just Danny's been looking good overall at 170 up until then. Just the weight miss and everything, and just kind of surprising to see him move up.
Yeah.
So
just see what he can do there, how he looks there.
Yeah, and because I know with bringing up being surprised, and you're just like, he actually is pretty big, and it's like what 6'3" with like an 80-inch reach or some shit like that. It's like okay, he actually won't be small at middleweight, so
yeah,
he should be able to beat Santos. Santos' last fight and loss being Ozzy Diaz.
Yeah, I'm definitely expecting a left hand to God.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Yep.
Manon Fiorot, she is back though after her loss to Valentina Shevchenko for the title, taken on Kate's girl. Not JJ Aldrich, right?
No.
Not Joanna Jędrzejczyk. She's not going. Jasmine Jasdavicius.
Yeah, dog.
Bruh,
I'm so excited for this fight.
Yeah, man. I really feel like Jasmine can go out there and get it done. I feel like stylistically, this matches up pretty well for her. I could see where it could just be, Manon is just better and is just stopping everything and just, you know what I mean, like shuts it down. Mm-hmm. But, bro, I really feel like she could go out there and get it done and get you a win on the draft again this year. So and get herself like really cemented into the top 5 looking for the title.
Yes. Very excited for this one.
Yeah, I don't know how.
I just think that she is going to be because it's like Manon has a lot of pressure. She throws out a lot, but she doesn't sit down on her shots and she's throwing out air half of the fucking time.
Yep.
So I just feel like with the way she's just constantly throwing and missing, Jasmine's either going to be able to just duck under, grab a takedown on her, and just do what she does in the grappling, or eat a couple shots and just like be willing to fight with her and just be tougher and land bigger shots, But ultimately she's a grappler and I think that she is just going to go to the grappling and be able to either win the decision or get a sub on her.
Yeah.
It is in wait, is this in Vancouver? Yeah. Sure. Okay, I just want to make sure it was booked for Vancouver. Her last 3 wins, or I mean her last 3 finish wins have all been in Canada.
Yep.
So let's go. 4th finish win for Canada.
Yeah, that would be so fucking awesome, man. Let's go.
Yeah, dog.
Moving on though, Johanna Diaz. Wait, is that Denise? Right?
Denise.
It's Denise.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I was like, why does that say Diaz? That's not right.
Good job.
taking on Mario Pinto, Brazil, October 11th. I know Mario, have not seen too much from him at all. But
Hoping for a win.
do you think he's gonna go out there and get the win, or is it just like don't really know, just kind of see how it goes and hope?
We don't really know. Let's just see how it goes. Like, I think he should.
Bro knocked out Austin Lane. I can't.
No, exactly. Like, what are we supposed to say?
And Denise's only loss in the UFC is to Ty Burrow, which I don't think is bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
no.
Denise is a solid fighter, and I don't know anything about Mario.
That's all I got. Like, it's interesting. Like, I feel like Denise should be probably actually fighting for a top 15 spot, but that's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Heavyweight, baby. If you're good, you cut. If you're bad, you fight forever.
Okay,
Fucking Martin
respectfully, we can't say that Martin Boudet was good.
Bro,
he was
7-1.
He was the one person in the UFC that managed to get or a heavyweight in the UFC that managed to get 7 unranked people. None of his wins were impressive or were worthy enough for top 15. I get you get all those wins, you should be a top winner. And I get that the way they did it, that you know what I mean? But bro, one fight against literally anybody that was good, and I would like to see that. And then I'll say if he's a good fighter.
I get it, but it's like
it's heavyweight. It is good for heavyweight standard.
Yeah,
no, I'm sorry.
Because it's like everybody else, you beat Justin, and now you're fighting. You know what I mean?
No, I know. Like, I'm not.
And it's like, I know that they're not doing it right, but that's where it's just
right. I'm not backing the UFC by any means in like that. But what I mean is when your wins, and their decision wins at that, over Chris Barnett and Lucas Bresky and Jake Collier. He did Kimura, Josh Parisian, so cool. A split decision over Andrei Arlovsky, a decision over a guy that came in short notice at heavyweight, and he is a 205er in Uran, Sato, whatever. And then he got this win over Buchecha, who again, 5-0 heading into this in his UFC debut. He got 7-1 in the UFC with all of these guys that,
I get it.
That's the thing. And then on top of it, decisions in all of them.
It's his style, man.
Yeah, but it's also
a finisher sometimes.
The UFC don't care for heavyweight decisioners. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. The Tafa bros get knocked out in fun fashion, or they knock people out in fun fashion. You get to stay at 3-7. You know.
All I'm saying is that he has done way the division to be deserving a top 15 ranking than probably 3 out of like at least 3 people in the back end.
No, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But also, I'm,
Yeah, I know. Either way, though,
they're just
we'll see.
They don't have the depth. All I'm saying is they don't have the depth to be cutting these people at heavyweight.
Yeah, but I do get it, where it's just like, yeah, if you're only going.
It's the same exact reason Carlos got cut. I know it happened earlier, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, dude won 3 fights in a row, lost 1, and then gone. Like that's so. One of those things. Vitor Petrino taking on Thomas Peterson. What's your guys'
0?
All right,
not that high. This
Sorry,
is where
0.5.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
My scale was 1 to 100.
Okay, I'll scale it up to 0.6.
I was about to say, like, on a scale from 1 to 100, 1.
I get it. It doesn't mean shit.
Like, if anything, like, this is where I would have thought they would have gone with Pinto next, was like Thomas Peterson.
Yeah, I get that.
That would have told me more than, not more than the Denise fight, but more than his last fight against Austin Lane.
Yeah, very true.
Definitely could have gauged him a lot better. Definitely gonna be able to gauge more against Denise, but is that already like potentially like, because Denise is a good kickboxer, came over from kickboxing, like
yeah. No, yeah, I get it, but we'll see what Vitor and Thomas can do. Hopefully, they just deliver good fun in Brazil. But we got motherfucking title fights to talk about, though. It is official: Ankalaev versus Poatan 2, UFC 320, October 4th, Vegas, I believe.
Yep. Believe so.
This is obviously the rightful fight to happen. Just one of those things. Whereas what Poatan has done as the champion in the division, just such a short period of time, definitely deserves an instant title rematch with how that fight went down. Wasn't a complete just shutout domination. Didn't get knocked out, finished, whatever. It's like, so just happy that they were able to get it done. Didn't
Yes.
take too long, you know what I mean? And see who comes out on top. And then we got the division's cooking right now, man. They got we a lot of fun fights, a lot of people doing some good stuff. So I'm excited to see where everything goes at 205 pounds.
Yeah.
No, yeah, 100%.
Let's go. Other title fight, co-main event, Merab versus Cory. They did it. Merab's fucking cooking in this division. How you guys feeling about it?
I'm excited for this fight, but
I am very excited for it as well.
It's just hard because obviously Merab has been doing great things and Cory is a good fighter. Cory is really good at making adjustments and learning from his previous fights, because like where the biggest flaw I see is kind of like with the Umar fight, for instance, where he was really good defensively, but he didn't do as much offensively because of it. And he's aware of that, and that's like the first step. But is he actually going to make those adjustments in the fight? You know what I mean? Merab is so good at doing a lot and managing it over the course of 25 minutes. And Cory knows that he's going to have to match that, but do more. And can he? You know? And that's just where I really do question it is all.
I understand that. The one thing I will say about Cory Sandhagen is every time he's like after a fight and he like knows that he's made mistakes and like goes back, looks, sees what those mistakes were, he does fairly quickly like absorb that and then like redo his game plan, redo his style, like and try to fix those things, like because that happened against Aljamain Sterling and then came back, went on a 3-fight win streak right after that. 2 fight. Okay, yeah. Like
that's what I'm saying is that like, and I know that he's good at that, but will he be able to do that against Merab, who is really good at creating game plans around his opponents, really good at, like I said, just managing everything that he does put out, and just that's where it's just hard. Is he going to be able to actually implement what he's learned from his previous fights?
Yeah.
Like O'Malley said, Merab's a bitch. Like he's a mother. Like it's hard.
I just feel like you genuinely have to kind of go Terminator mode on Merab in order to get it done. Like you have to walk Merab down, put your fucking hands on him, and just get the damage and try and get a finish, because that's just the only way it's gonna happen. And just Cory is a great fighter. He's a very smart fighter. He does a lot of things very well, but that just is not his style, and that is the biggest thing that I feel like is really going to hinder him. As much as he may try to do, unless it's just he's able to time the perfect shot to get it, you know what I mean? Which it's like, I know that like I'll give him the opportunity to be able to land that, but it's like in my head, it's like Merab should be like a -400 favorite. Like this is just more than likely should be easy.
No, and I get that. It's like I've said it about multiple people about multiple different things. But if anyone is able to time the shot, it should be Cory.
Yeah, I get it.
Because he's able to do those shots moving backwards. We've seen it against Frankie Edgar, who moves his whole body at the same time like Merab does. You know what I mean? So it's like...
Yeah.
Because that is like the one thing that I was going to say is that it's like... I agree that Cory could, but I feel like he's too smart. And he thinks too much to actually perform like that in these better fights. Because it's like the last time that he, knocked someone out, it was Song Yadong in 22. And Song is like a way simpler a fighter where he can actually pull some shit out like that. Then you go to Frankie, who, where it's 2021, Frankie Edgar. How old would he have been at that point, And like, finding that shot, beautiful, but it's just also like an older Freddie. Marlon Moraes, beautiful kick, but fucking Marlon Moraes. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just these guys that are not where Merab is at now, and he has not been showing that same just like level of like finding these random shots, because I feel like he is too in his head that takedowns are active, counters are active, these things are too active that I cannot fight like that. Like sometimes, like I feel like it's one of those things where he's almost too smart for his own good in these situations, because while he is so correct that like he could get caught, but like I just don't think that he's gonna be the guy to find that shot in this moment. I would give a better shot to Sean O'Malley to find the shot. And he hasn't twice. I know it's a new guy, styles make fights, but I just feel like watching Sean just get shut out twice like that, I don't see Cory finding it at this point.
I get it.
Unless he just lets it all go.
Yeah.
But like you said, he's not the type.
I get it. It's very interesting to see just how it plays out. And yeah, I really hope Cory go out there and get it done. That would just be so awesome for him. But yeah, it's a tough fight, but can't wait to see it for sure.
Hell yeah.
Jiri versus Khalil though, same card, UFC 320, violence. This is oof. Early thoughts on who you think's coming out on?
Jiri.
You think Yuri's gonna get it?
Yeah.
It's fine because I was thinking Khalil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really.
It's so hard.
Not. Yeah. Because I feel like Jiri is probably gonna be a little bit faster in the exchanges to land just some of the cleaner shots on Khalil. But I really wouldn't be surprised if it's like Khalil is able to just slowly kind of land big shots and break down Jiri in a way where he's able to just eventually land the shot to get him out or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like because this is only going to be 3 rounds. It's like I feel like if Khalil gets it done, it's going to be like a 3rd round finish or something. You know what I mean? But like I feel like Jiri can get this in any round. He could win by decision. I feel like he has more opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, I agree.
It's tough though. It's gonna be.
I
feel like it's good for both of them that it's not 5 rounds. You know?
Yeah.
I mean? Yeah, for sure.
That's
agreed.
Definitely how I feel about it.
Yep.
Let's go. More fights for UFC 320. Edmund Shabazian versus Andre Muniz. Should be a fun one at 185 pounds.
Should be.
Yeah.
Why are we giving Shabazian a grappler?
I don't know. Really, it's doesn't seem like the smartest thing to do.
It's because Muniz is in his 7 losses, 6 of them are by knockout.
Girl.
Yeah.
So maybe there and punch him out in the 1st round.
Yeah, but who's the worst person that's knocked him out in the UFC?
That's a great question.
Well, Paul Craig got a 2nd round ground and pound finish over him.
True.
He was knocked out in the 1st round earlier in the year by Ikram. And then those are the only 2 people that knocked him out in the UFC.
Yeah,
I mean, Paul Craig's pretty bad.
I'm just saying, maybe that's what they're thinking. That's all.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure.
Osbourne,
I get it.
Mercek. The 205er?
Probably.
Yeah, no, the 205er.
That's funny.
Edmund got himself on a good 2-fight winning streak, you know?
And that
just
was
won
at
a
205.
decision over Andre Prochazka. So let's give him Andre Muniz.
I get it. But yeah, should be a fun one though. Can't wait to see how that one plays out.
Yeah.
Motherfucking Atiba back though.
Yes.
Taking on Ozzy Diaz, another 1st round easy knock.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, probably.
Atiba staying active though. Very nice.
Yeah, just getting those paychecks in. Very good.
Who's his teammate? I forget who it was who just says
Leroy Murphy.
Yes, who just all he does is train and watch
cartoons.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Perfect.
23 years old. What else is there to do but go to the gym and go home and watch some cartoons?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go. So that should be good. Atiba just doing his thing on the way up. UFC 321, October 25th, Abu Dhabi. It is official. Tommy Aspinall has his 1st title defense set as the reigning, defending, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world against Ciryl Gane.
Listen.
Yep.
I understand why people are like upset in the fact that when it comes to Ciryl Gane, he is 2-3. I mean 3-2 in his last 5, and those 2 fights are in title fights.
Yep.
So I can see why maybe after winning against Spivak and a split decision over Volkov that he should have lost, he shouldn't be here. But I really like this fight. And the reason why, the biggest thing, average fight time for Tom, 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Average fight time for Ciryl Gane, 14 minutes and 15 seconds. Tom rarely goes past round 1, let alone past the 2nd minute of a fight.
2nd minute? He barely even making it past minute. I know.
Exactly. He's just going out there and punching people the fuck out.
Yeah.
Ciryl Gane, we have seen him go 5 rounds with Francis Ngannou and just other hard hitters where it's like he clearly has a fucking chin on him, you know?
Yeah.
So with that being said, if Tom goes out there and knocks him out immediately, it's like, okay, he just has stupid power. If he's not even worried, like doesn't have to worry about going 5 with Cyril, then there's no issue. But what does Tom look like?
Yep.
Later in the second round, in the third round, in the fourth round, in the fifth round, when you have Cyril gone, that is used to going 5 rounds, when he can move, he's a kickboxer, he could do this. You know what I mean? Like, even if Tom is looking really good in the first round, second round, what does Tom look like later? I'm interested.
I understand what you're saying. I don't even think it gets past 2.5 minutes of the second round. I think Tom probably, seeing what John did to him, goes in and like maybe goes for, starts striking a little bit with him, but goes in, puts him against fence, takes him down, and tries to sub him or ground and pound him out of there.
But even if he does that, then that's exactly what I'm saying, is that it just shows that he is at the top of the level for real, and he can get even him out of there immediately. But if it doesn't, then what does he look like? Because Cyril Gane, even though that happened to John Jones, is still our best bet of seeing him later in these rounds.
Yeah. It's just because it's one of those things where obviously it's like, that just happened to Cyril and everything, but everything Tom has done in the division, none of it is against a guy that has the speed or the movement like Cyril Gane. So it's just like, you can instantly grab takedowns on people when you want. Can you just easily grab a takedown on Cyril? You can just instantly knock people out when you touch them. Can you even touch Cyril like that? Because it's like, went 5 with Francis. Francis never really landed a good clean shot on him over 25 minutes, went to the grappling in order to get it done over Cyril. Like, it's just one of those things where it's like, and, John got him out of there real quick and everything, but Cyril even recognized immediately afterwards of like, I shouldn't have just thrown a fucking rear straight left hand just so overextended, just out at open. You know what I mean? Like, so just another opportunity at the title. He knows his position and everything, that it's like, if he goes out there, especially just gets dominated, this is probably, he's got to do a lot of work to get back. You know what I mean? So it's like, he's probably going to play safe, even if it means like just being boring and like burning time and whatever. It's like, I just feel like he's going to drag Tom out of the first round. And even if he's able to do that, that's something that Andrei Arlovski has done in the UFC.
Yeah.
And but Tom was really just a grappler, and he was like, I want to work on my striking. And that's just really what it felt like. And he was just throwing a bunch of big shots and just not looking great or whatever. Second round takedown got, so it's like,
exactly.
They both have components to their game that neither of them have faced before. And I'm extremely interested to see how that matches up. But I do get that it's like, if this ends 2 minutes into the first round, so
I would not be shocked.
It's just like, it's just like, this is why people didn't want to see it. But that's where it's just like, what else are we gonna do? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And Volkov already got subbed in a couple. Like, it just Cyril's already been knocked out. Sergey's already been knocked out. Like, what else do people want to see?
Exactly.
I mean, at this point, it would be the next person up will probably be the winner of Jayalton and Volkov.
Yeah, 100%. Winner of that's up next has to, like, there is no doubt.
Who's nobody fighting? Oh yeah, Waldo Cortez Acosta. Winner of that maybe as well.
Yep.
Those are goddamn. We need Waldo and Jayalton to win their fights.
Yeah. I need Waldo to lose. Sorry.
We need that. We need something going because it's like Volkov wins Waldo more likely. But it's like we just see how it all plays out. But great fight. Finally have title action going.
Yes.
And Tom versus the Iron Turtle. Oh, I'm sorry. Go.
I was just gonna say, Tom said he wants to be an active fucking champion.
Yep.
That's
let him
amazing.
Be active. Yes.
Let's say with his average fight time, he could fight every other month.
Yeah, UFC wouldn't pay that kind of money though.
No.
Another fight for that card though: Ikram versus Iron Turtle. Very solid fight. Back end of 185, just outside the rankings. Excited to see how that.
Yeah.
UFC San Antonio, UFC Noche, September 13th. Tatiana Suarez is back, taking on Amanda Lemos. How you guys feel about that one?
It's good to see Tatiana back, I guess.
Yep. That's how I'm feeling about it. It's interesting. I actually don't know. I think she should be able to beat Lemos, but Lemos has some power to her. Has some decent takedown defense, so I don't know. interesting fight.
Yeah. I feel like it's Tatiana. I feel like should be able to win, but Amanda Lemos by either like knockout or submission. Honestly, it just finishing Tatiana. I feel like it's so live.
Yeah.
It's so live in this fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm definitely interested in that one. UFC 319 co-main event Chicago. We got this is a good one.
Yep.
Lerone Murphy, undefeated fighter, 145 pounds, putting that on the line when Movzar didn't want to. When Movzar, I don't even want to start that. Just to all the terrible people out there. But Lerone Murphy taking on Aaron Pico. Pico's UFC debut. Absolutely incredible. Super excited for this. We're so close to it too.
Yeah. I don't know how this is about to go.
Yeah, we're about to fucking find out how good Aaron Pico is. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Aaron Pico only gets finished, so that means he's about to win.
Sure. Lerone Murphy hasn't got a UFC finish yet, has he?
I know too, but it's not a while.
Makwan and Murakami in 21 and Ricardo Ramos.
Literally, Markwan, if it goes out of the first round, you're supposed to finish him.
Yeah. Round 2, 14 seconds in.
See?
Yeah. He's the Polyana Viana kind of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that dude dumps his tank in the first 5 minutes. It's like,
legitimately, Markwan, if you do not finish him and you go to a decision, you should be cut.
Mr. Finland, you know? But yeah, extremely interesting fight. I cannot wait to see how that one plays out, and that we're gonna whoever comes out on top, something big is coming for them next for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
UFC first main event. Carlos Oberg taking on Dom Reyes. How you guys feeling about this one?
Dom on his way to a title shot?
Yeah, he is.
Really feel like that's about to happen, honestly.
He's about to go out there and beat Oberg.
Because at first I was just really thinking of like this, you know, because either way, either one of them can knock each other out, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
But I really do think that it's like Oberg really favors throwing some big hooks on his opponents, trying to find that knockout shot. Dom is going to throw that fucking sniper left hand right down the middle, putting it on.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just, unless one of them Oberg catches him first or whatever, in the exchanges when they're both throwing, I feel like how Dom fights favors him, and so that's why it's just I got to give him the edge in this one.
Oh yeah, I understand because I kind of feel that same way. I feel like Reyes is marching his way into a potential title shot here soon.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, let's fucking go, man. Would be great to see.
Yeah, dog.
Yep.
Last fight to bring up though, it is official. Benoit Saint Detroit taking on Mauricio Rufy, UFC Paris.
Putting his number 13th spot on the line.
Is this just the next step for Mauricio Rufy's greatness into stardom?
Honestly,
it definitely could be.
It feels like it. Because depending on how BSD fights, he is very open. I'm just saying, if he goes out like he did his last fight with takedowns and all that.
How many fights he has in the UFC?
He has 6. He's 6-3, so he has 9 fights.
So his last 9 fights is what you're saying. If he fights like his last 9 fights.
Well, what I'm saying is last fight where he started off actually going for a takedowns, putting up against fence, not throwing wild shots. It could be interesting. But if he goes out like he has in his previous 8, he's wide open and he has. So it's one of those things where I feel like Rufy's going to be able to just tag him up with shots.
Yeah. Like, you know, I guess we'll get to see potentially a little bit of Rufy's takedown defense and see, you know, how he handles the clinch on the cage, how he, you know, actually handles takedowns and all of that. But I just do have a bad feeling that BSD is going to try to get him backed up on the cage. He's going to try to shoot a takedown. It's not going to work. And he's just going to stand up and he's going to do what he do and start swinging crazy. And that's when Rufy's just going to knock him the fuck out.
Wild hooks.
It's honestly, I honestly wonder if if he's going to make it look just way simpler than that.
And doesn't
Right.
even get backed up, he just finds the shot.
Well, cause it's like with just how fast he was able to just time Bobby Green and just get him out of there. It's like obviously Bobby Green's not the greatest fighter, but he's extremely slick and he is fast striker himself.
Yeah.
Benoit is he's slower than Bobby, like, and just way more obvious. I wouldn't be surprised if this is like Benoit just puts the pressure on. Rufy purposely backs him up and waiting for something. He just sees it, and then it's like flying knee, uppercut, something, and the fight's literally done in 20 seconds. Like, I genuinely would not be surprised if it was that quick and easy for Rufy.
It could happen.
Yeah, no.
Like, Benoit is tough as shit, and he can obviously drag him in spots and make it interesting, but it's like, I just wouldn't be, I wouldn't be surprised if it was just that simple for Mauricio Rufy in this one. But we'll see. And that's where it's just exciting to see, because if it's not that simple, this could just be a much more difficult fight than he has had in the UFC.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very excited. Can't wait to see it. UFC Paris has a great fight at 155.
Hell yeah.
But let's go. Those are all of the fights to talk about, all of the announcements, everything for this episode of the podcast. I hope everyone enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did, and we will catch you hopefully on a very fun review to this UFC Apex event. Let's go. Peace out, everyone.